For millennia, death has been whispered about in hushed tones, its true nature veiled in fear and uncertainty, but the ancient mystery schools knew better. What if death isn't the grim reaper we've been taught to fear, but a glorious graduation, a step into a realm of boundless potential, as the mystery schools have always proclaimed? Unlocking this ancient wisdom can dismantle your deepest fears, transforming mortality from a dreaded end into an empowering transition. Modern society shies away from death, a stark contrast to ancient cultures that embraced it as a natural part of life's grand cycle. Modern medicine focuses almost exclusively on prolonging life, often at the expense of quality, while ancient traditions viewed death as a graduation, an initiation into a higher state of being. Where modern science sees an ending, these ancient schools saw limitless beginning. Have you ever wondered why modern society is so afraid of death, when it is the single most certain event in every single person's life? What if everything you believe about death is wrong? What if, hidden within the long-forgotten archives of secret societies, lies a truth that could transform your entire existence? According to the ancient mystery schools, death is not an end but a transition, a doorway to another level of existence. Reincarnation, a core tenet in various mystery schools like the Pythagorean, Egyptian, and Tibetan traditions, paints death as a doorway, a passage through which the soul journeys to continue its evolution. Understanding death can profoundly transform our understanding of life, empowering us to live more fully, more authentically, and with a deeper sense of purpose. Instead of fearing the inevitable, we can embrace it as an integral part of our spiritual journey. The cyclical pattern of birth, death, and rebirth is a cornerstone of the mystery school's teachings. The phoenix rising from ashes, the serpent eating its own tail, known as the Ouroboros, and the ever-changing seasons are potent symbols representing the continuous, unbroken cycle of existence. Consider the law of rhythm, a hermetic principle, which dictates that everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. The message is clear. Life and death are simply two sides of the same coin, two phases of an eternal dance. Just as day inevitably follows night, and the tides ebb and flow with predictable regularity, so too does life transition into death, and death back into life. But to truly grasp the mystery school's profound wisdom, one must understand their role as guardians of esoteric knowledge. These schools, such as the Eleusinian mysteries, the Pythagorean school, the Hermetic orders, and the ancient Egyptian mystery schools, were dedicated to preserving and transmitting secret teachings about the nature of reality and consciousness, teachings accessible only to initiates who had undergone rigorous training and demonstrated their readiness to receive such profound knowledge. The stakes were high, the knowledge transformative, and the path to enlightenment was not for the faint of heart. Reclaiming this lost knowledge is of paramount importance if we wish to understand the true nature of reality and our place within it. Modern society's pervasive fear of death stems, in large part, from our disconnection from this ancient wisdom. We've lost sight of the cyclical nature of existence, the interconnectedness of all things, and the potential for continued growth and learning beyond the physical realm. The age of Aquarius, it is said, is when these ancient secrets are unlocked for humanity, providing an opportunity to shift our collective understanding of life and death. Imagine transforming your deepest fears into your greatest source of empowerment. Understanding death can achieve this, leading to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. The potential for a reduction in anxiety, a boost in confidence, and a renewed sense of purpose becomes available when we realize that death is not an ending, but a transition. Picture facing mortality not with dread, but with an open heart, knowing that it is simply a doorway to a new and exciting chapter of your infinite existence. Facing mortality head-on can serve as a potent catalyst, motivating individuals to pursue their passions, live authentically, and make the most of every precious moment. Understanding the true nature of death unlocks hidden potential within us, granting access to higher states of consciousness and spiritual awareness. Ancient mystery schools taught initiates to prepare for death through specific meditation and visualization practices, methods designed to quiet the mind, open the heart, and connect with the divine. These practices can not only prepare us for the inevitable transition, but also enhance our lives in the present, fostering greater peace, clarity, and inner strength. By confronting our mortality, we awaken to the preciousness of life and the boundless potential that lies within us. Ultimately, the goal is to live a life aligned with spiritual principles such as love, compassion, and wisdom, as this shapes our experience after death. Our thoughts, beliefs, and actions in life profoundly influence our journey in the afterlife. This aligns with the concept of karma, the universal law of cause and effect, which dictates that what we sow, we shall reap. Ethical living, acts of kindness, and the cultivation of inner peace not only enrich our lives in the present, but also pave the way for a more harmonious and fulfilling afterlife experience. Death is not a separation, but a return to the unified source of all being. Even quantum physics suggests that all things are interconnected at a fundamental level, that the universe is a vast, interconnected web of energy and information. Imagine a wave returning to the ocean. It may appear to disappear, but its essence is simply rejoining the vastness of the sea, becoming one with the source from which it originated. So too does our individual consciousness return to the universal consciousness at the time of death, merging back into the infinite source of all creation. The astral plane is an intermediary realm between the physical and spiritual worlds, where consciousness exists after death. Described in various esoteric texts, it is a realm shaped by our thoughts and emotions. Our experiences in the astral plane are not fixed or predetermined, but rather fluid and responsive to our inner landscape. If we approach death with fear and negativity, we may find ourselves in a corresponding environment. But if we cultivate love, compassion, and peace in our lives, we can create a more harmonious and uplifting experience in the astral realm. Reincarnation allows for continued learning and spiritual evolution across multiple lifetimes. Anecdotal evidence and documented cases of alleged reincarnation offer tantalizing glimpses into this possibility, suggesting that we return to the earth again and again to learn, grow, and evolve as souls. Understanding our past lives can hold the key to healing present-day traumas, resolving karmic patterns, and unlocking our hidden potential. By exploring the echoes of our past, we can gain valuable insights into our present and future. Most mystery schools prepared their initiates for death through specific rituals and practices. The Egyptian Book of the Dead and the Tibetan Book of the Dead are detailed guides to navigating the afterlife, providing maps of the various realms and offering instructions for the soul's journey. Preparing ourselves for death, then, is preparing ourselves for the next step in our evolution, equipping ourselves with the knowledge and tools needed to navigate the uncharted territories that lie beyond the veil. What happens after death? Is there an afterlife? What is its nature? These are the fundamental questions that humans have pondered for centuries, questions that the mystery schools sought to answer through their secret teachings and esoteric practices. While common beliefs about heaven and hell offer simplistic answers, the mystery schools suggest something far more complex and nuanced. The true teachings about death have been hidden for centuries, preserved within secret societies and mystery schools, held within hidden archives and esoteric texts, and now they are being revealed to those who are ready to receive them. The scarab beetle in ancient Egypt and the Ouroboros eating its tail are just a few initial symbols related to death and rebirth that we will explore in greater depth. These symbols hold keys to understanding the nature of death, unlocking hidden meanings and profound insights into the cyclical nature of existence. By deciphering these symbols, we can begin to unravel the mysteries of life and death, gaining a deeper understanding of our place within the grand cosmic tapestry. You will learn practical tools and techniques to transform your understanding of death and live more fully. You can learn meditation techniques, visualization practices, and other methods for preparing for death, empowering you to take control of your own destiny and spiritual evolution. Are you ready to embark on this journey to unlock the hidden archives of the mystery schools and discover the truth about death? What awaits you is a transformation of perspective, a journey into the depths of your own consciousness, and a newfound appreciation for the precious gift of life. The path to unlocking these hidden truths is before you. What happens after death? Is there an afterlife? What is its nature? These are the fundamental questions that humans have pondered for centuries, questions that the mystery schools sought to answer through their secret teachings and esoteric practices. While common beliefs about heaven and hell offer simplistic answers, the mystery schools suggest something far more complex and nuanced. The true teachings about death have been hidden for centuries, preserved within secret societies and mystery schools, held within hidden archives and esoteric texts, and now they are being revealed to those who are ready to receive them. Let us begin to understand the afterlife according to the mystery schools. The conventional perception of the afterlife often involves a heaven-hell dichotomy, a final judgment, and a one-way ticket to eternal reward or punishment. However, this is a limited and often fear-inducing concept. The mystery schools offer a drastically different view, portraying the afterlife as a multidimensional realm shaped by our consciousness and personal beliefs, not an external judgment. Consider the traditional Christian view, where entry into heaven hinges on adherence to specific doctrines and divine grace, contrasted with the ancient Egyptian perspective, where the soul's journey through the duat, underworld, depends on the virtues cultivated during life and the knowledge of specific spells and incantations. Even in Tibetan Buddhism, the Bardo states present a spectrum of possibilities based on one's karmic imprint and mental state at the moment of death. This notion paints a picture of the afterlife not as a fixed destination, but as a fluid and responsive environment shaped by our internal landscape. What if the heaven and hell you've been taught are nothing more than metaphors for states of consciousness, realms that we create through our thoughts and emotions? Consider the concept of the astral plane, a key element in mystery school cosmology, a realm that exists between the physical and spiritual worlds. It is a fluid and malleable realm, influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and desires, often described in esoteric texts such as the Corpus Hermeticum as a vibrant and ever-changing landscape, populated by thought forms, entities, and the lingering impressions of human emotions. Helena Blavatsky, one of the founders of Theosophy, described the astral plane as a world of illusions, where our perceptions are easily distorted by our own biases and desires. In this plane, our experiences are a direct reflection of our inner state, the quality of our consciousness acting as a filter through which we perceive and interact with this realm. If we approach death with unresolved fears and attachments, we may find ourselves trapped in a chaotic and unsettling astral environment. However, if we cultivate inner peace and clarity, we can navigate the astral plane with greater ease and access higher levels of spiritual understanding. Is it possible that the afterlife is less about where we go and more about who we are when we get there? To truly understand the mystery school's perspective, consider the ancient Egyptian concept of the weighing of the heart ceremony, a powerful symbolic representation of the soul's journey through the afterlife. In this ritual, the heart, representing the soul's essence and storehouse of memories, was weighed against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth, justice, and cosmic order. This ceremony took place in the Hall of Maat, overseen by Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming and afterlife. If the heart was lighter than the feather, signifying a life lived in accordance with Maat's principles, the soul was granted passage to the field of reeds, a paradise of eternal bliss. However, if the heart was heavier, burdened by negative emotions, unethical actions, and unconfessed sins, it would be devoured by Amit, the devourer of souls, a fearsome creature with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, resulting in the soul's annihilation. This ceremony is not simply an ancient myth, but a potent metaphor for the modern understanding of karma, which underscores the importance of living a life aligned with ethical principles, as our actions have consequences that extend far beyond our physical existence. Are we not constantly weighing our hearts in our daily lives, making choices that either lighten our load or burden us with regret? The mystery schools challenge the traditional notion of a judgmental God or external authority determining our fate in the afterlife. Instead, they propose that we are ultimately responsible for our own experiences after death, as our consciousness shapes our reality. Instead of a stern, paternalistic figure dispensing rewards and punishments, the mystery schools suggest a cosmos that reflects our innermost selves. We create our own heaven and hell through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This perspective opens the door to the potential for self-forgiveness and redemption, even after death, by transforming negative beliefs and emotions, shifting our consciousness, and aligning ourselves with the principles of love, compassion, and truth. What if the ultimate judgment is not handed down by an external force, but by ourselves, as we confront the totality of our actions and their consequences? The journey doesn't end there, so let's dive into reincarnation and the soul's journey. Reincarnation, a cornerstone of many mystery school teachings, offers a compelling explanation for the inequalities and apparent injustices of life, as it provides a framework for continued learning, spiritual growth, and the resolution of past karmic debts. Each lifetime presents opportunities to learn specific lessons, overcome challenges, and evolve towards greater wisdom and compassion. The challenges and opportunities we encounter in this life are not random occurrences, but rather carefully orchestrated lessons designed to help us grow and evolve as souls. Consider the ethical implications. If karmic debts are the result of actions that need to be balanced in future lives, then ethical actions become investments in a more harmonious future. Each act of kindness, each moment of compassion creates positive momentum, propelling us forward on our spiritual journey. Is reincarnation not only a cosmic law, but a deeply moral one, urging us to act with intention and integrity? Our past lives can profoundly influence our present-day experiences, shaping our personalities, relationships, and life paths. Unresolved traumas or karmic patterns from past lives can manifest as recurring issues or challenges in our current existence. The people we encounter, the opportunities we seize, and the obstacles we face may all be echoes of past interactions and unresolved conflicts. For example, a person who experienced a traumatic betrayal in a past life may struggle with trust issues in their current relationships, or someone who abused power in a previous incarnation may find themselves in situations where they are subjected to similar treatment, providing an opportunity to learn humility and empathy. Many documented cases of alleged reincarnation, with individuals recalling detailed memories of past lives through hypnosis or spontaneous recall, offer compelling glimpses into the possibility of past life influence. Consider the case of Shanti Devi, an Indian woman who, in the 1930s, began recounting vivid details of a past life in a different town, including her husband's name, her family, and even the circumstances of her death. Her claims were investigated by Mahatma Gandhi himself, and a commission of inquiry found substantial evidence to support her story, bolstering belief in reincarnation. How might understanding our past lives unlock hidden potential and heal deep-seated wounds, paving the way for a more fulfilling present? Consider the concept of the soul's journey through multiple lifetimes as a continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, where each lifetime represents a stage in its evolution. The soul accumulates wisdom and experience over time, eventually transcending the need for further reincarnation. This is analogous to climbing a mountain to illustrate the soul's gradual ascent towards enlightenment, where each lifetime represents a step on the path. The challenges and setbacks we encounter are simply opportunities to learn and grow stronger, while the moments of joy and triumph serve as milestones along the way. Over countless incarnations, the soul refines its understanding of love, compassion, wisdom, and truth, shedding its attachments to the material world and embracing its true nature as a divine being. What if our lives are not isolated events, but interconnected chapters in a grand, epic story of spiritual evolution? The prospect of repeating past mistakes or being trapped in negative karmic cycles can be daunting, but the mystery schools offer insights on how to break free from these patterns by cultivating self-awareness, making conscious choices, and embracing forgiveness and compassion. Understanding that we are not bound by our past, but rather empowered to create a new future, is key. The path to liberation lies in recognizing our karmic tendencies, understanding their origins, and consciously choosing to act in ways that align with our highest values. Forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, is essential for releasing the energy of past traumas and creating space for healing and growth. Compassion allows us to connect with the suffering of others, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have consequences that ripple throughout the universe. Can we transform our future by understanding and healing our past, breaking free from the chains of karmic repetition? As you can see, to prepare for the final transition into death, it is crucial to prepare for it by embracing life and learning more about the unknown. The final transition into death requires both an embrace of life and a deeper understanding of the unknown. So let's culminate this knowledge, understand the significance of these mystery school teachings, and architect a resolution that transforms our perspective on death. The mystery schools, in their profound wisdom, teach us that death is not an ending, but a transition, a graduation into another state of being. This understanding helps us unlock a more profound understanding of life itself, not as a linear progression toward oblivion, but as a cyclical journey of consciousness. The core theme revolves around the continuation of consciousness beyond the physical realm. Just as the phoenix rises from the ashes, the serpent sheds its skin, and the Ouroboros devours and regenerates itself, we, too, are part of an eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Therefore, death is not a final act, but a significant point within an ongoing cycle of existence. What if this cyclical nature is less about escaping death, and more about fully embracing the dance of life and death as two halves of a greater whole? Our consciousness, according to the mystery schools, shapes our reality both in life and after death. The astral plane, a realm molded by our thoughts and emotions, becomes the canvas upon which we paint our afterlife experience. The power lies within each individual to manifest a desirable afterlife, navigating this ethereal landscape with intention and clarity. Instead of passively awaiting judgment, we actively sculpt our post-mortal existence through the cultivation of inner peace, the refinement of our thoughts, and the purification of our emotions. Imagine the potential for creating a personal paradise, a sanctuary of light and love, simply by harnessing the power of your own consciousness. What if the key to unlocking a blissful afterlife lies not in adhering to dogma, but in mastering the art of conscious creation? This knowledge inherently shifts our perspective, turning fear into acceptance. Instead of trembling before the specter of death, we can embrace it as a natural and inevitable part of life, a doorway to another dimension of existence. Understanding death empowers us to live more fully in the present, shedding the shackles of anxiety and fear. Free from the dread of what's to come, we can savor each moment, cherish our relationships, and pursue our passions with renewed vigor. Based on the wisdom shared here, what are you now unafraid of? What burdens have lifted, now that you recognize death as a transition rather than a termination? Understanding death inevitably leads to living a more meaningful and purposeful life. Contemplating our mortality helps us clarify our values, prioritize our goals, and make conscious choices that align with our true selves. By acknowledging the finite nature of our time on Earth, we can break free from the trivial pursuits that often consume our lives and focus on what truly matters. Each day becomes an opportunity to embrace love, compassion, and authenticity, living in harmony with our deepest convictions. Instead of drifting aimlessly through life, we navigate with intention, guided by a clear understanding of our values and a profound appreciation for the preciousness of each moment. What if the awareness of death could transform us into more intentional, compassionate, and authentic beings? Our actions, both big and small, influence our experience not only in this life, but also in the afterlife. The principle of karma, deeply embedded in mystery school teachings, highlights the importance of ethical living and cultivating positive qualities, such as kindness, generosity, and forgiveness. Our deeds resonate through the cosmos, creating ripples that shape our future destiny. Instead of viewing morality as a set of arbitrary rules, we recognize it as a fundamental principle that governs the universe. What if every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, and every ethical decision plants a seed that blossoms into a more harmonious and fulfilling afterlife? As you reflect on the cyclical nature of existence, are you prepared to reevaluate your current actions based on how they will shape your journey through future realms? Consider the legacy you wish to leave behind, the impact you want to have on the world. Our actions create ripples that extend far beyond our physical existence, influencing future generations and contributing to the collective evolution of consciousness. We can strive to leave a positive mark on the world through acts of service, creative expression, or simply by living a life of integrity and compassion. What if our lives are not merely fleeting moments, but enduring legacies that continue to inspire and uplift others long after we are gone? Do you strive to be remembered for your achievements or the compassion you showed your fellow human? Death, therefore, can be seen as a catalyst for personal and spiritual growth, an opportunity to evolve beyond our limitations and transcend our fears. Facing our mortality can inspire us to become better versions of ourselves, embracing our potential for wisdom, love, and compassion. It's not a passive event to be feared, but an active and intentional effort to refine our souls and prepare for the next stage of our journey. What if confronting our mortality is the ultimate invitation to awaken, to shed our illusions, and to embrace our true nature as divine beings? So, what happens after death? Is there an afterlife? The mystery schools answer these age-old questions by emphasizing the existence of the astral plane, the potential for reincarnation, and the paramount role of consciousness in shaping our reality. While many mysteries surrounding death remain, the teachings of these ancient schools provide valuable insights and guidance for navigating the unknown. While complete certainty may elude us, we can find solace in the knowledge that our consciousness endures, our journey continues, and our potential for growth remains limitless. The power to transform fear into empowerment lies within each of you. By embracing the actionable steps gleaned from these ancient traditions, you can reshape your understanding of death and prepare for your own final transition. Creating a living will, writing a letter to loved ones, and engaging in grief work and shadow work are not morbid tasks, but rather acts of self-empowerment that allow you to approach death with peace and intention. Instead of avoiding the topic, embrace it as an opportunity to clarify your values, heal your wounds, and prepare for your next great adventure. And so, resolve anxiety and embrace peace in the face of death by cultivating self-awareness, making conscious choices, and embracing forgiveness and compassion. Understanding and accepting death's role in the cyclical nature of existence provides the framework. It is less about finding definitive answers and more about cultivating inner peace and resilience. Acknowledge your fears, embrace your imperfections, and trust in the inherent goodness of the universe. You are powerful creators, capable of shaping your own reality both in life and after death. You will face your own creations in the afterlife, not an external judgment. Choosing positive actions and beliefs begins to transform that experience now and reassures peace in the afterlife. Know that you can navigate this transition with grace, courage, and unwavering faith in your own divine potential. What new questions have been sparked within you about the nature of consciousness and its profound role in shaping our reality, both in life and after death? Further exploration of these questions can lead to even deeper insights into the mysteries of existence, such as the law of attraction, which places consciousness as an active force. This concept may be a compass in your quest for greater understanding. Consider consciousness not as a passive observer, but as an active force that shapes our experiences, influencing our perceptions, and co-creating our reality. Consider the potential for continued evolution and growth beyond physical death. What might be the implications of the journey of the soul through multiple lifetimes? Death is not an end, but rather a transition to a new phase of our spiritual evolution. As you contemplate this perspective, consider how it might influence the way you live your life, the choices you make, and the values you embrace. What new possibilities open up when you view life as an ongoing journey of self-discovery and spiritual refinement? Continue your journey of self-discovery by engaging with this community. By sharing your experiences and exploring new perspectives, your insights and curiosities become a source of inspiration for others, creating a ripple effect of awakening and transformation. And remember to like, follow, and share, as this spreads the message even further and promotes a sense of collective exploration of what it means to be human. The journey is far from over. Future content may explore specific mystery schools, esoteric practices, or scientific discoveries related to death and consciousness in even greater depth. There is so much more to learn about the mysteries of existence, and the journey of self-discovery is never truly over. Know that I will continue to provide you with valuable insights and guidance along this path, inviting you to continue to explore the profound depths of your own